with Marissa Dineen, and Marissa is from Dineen Vineyards. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to be here, honored, and a little bit overwhelmed, quite frankly.
You're going to be honored this evening, and tell me a little bit about that.
I am getting the Healthy Lands, Healthy Community Award, and which is really, I think, a testament to all that we do with sustainability and regenerative agriculture at Dineen Vineyards, because we are a leader in practicing regenerative agriculture and sustainability. So we do a lot in the vineyard for our planet. We do a lot in the vineyard for our crew, who are so important because they're the eyes and the ears and really the first line of quality for us. And then thirdly, we are an important supply chain partner, and so we take prosperity, the third P of sustainability, very seriously as well.
For our listeners who don't understand regenerative farming, could you explain that briefly?
Absolutely. So our whole goal is that if you pulled up the vineyards tomorrow, nobody would know that we're there. So we really invest in making our soils healthier and making our plants the healthiest that they can be to have quality fruit, and really leaving the planet in a better place than we found it.
So is this something that is just growing on people now, no pun intended, or is this something that's become widespread for other farmers here?
It's really becoming widespread, and I like to call it back to the future. So we're practicing a lot of things that were done hundreds of years ago in order to fight pests, in order to amend our soils, and we kind of lost our way because we had modern chemicals, we had things that were quite a lot easier to do than to focus on regenerating the soils. And so we use things like compost. Compost has been around forever, basically. We use ground cover, which again, we didn't have tractors and such a couple hundred years ago, so we had no choice. And then we also use a lot of beneficial insects to fight the bad guys. And so these are all things that we try to do. So again, it's not a huge investment. It's not what people would call high tech, but we keep learning, and we keep learning that these are better things to do for the earth and for our vines and the soil.
It sounds more like practicality.
It's completely practical, and that's what's so beautiful about it. And I think, again, we're really dedicated to trying different things and seeing if they work. And kind of a fun thing that we're working on right now is we've used owls as a way to kind of fight rodents in the vineyard for quite some time. Just a fun fact for you. A family of owls can kill 1,200 rodents in a year. So that's pretty amazing and really important for us because we have a protected species called the sage rat, who for some reason has migrated to our vineyard and loves it. So we want to use a natural way to control that pest because they're protected. We also have pests that everyone suffers from, like fruit flies. And so we've been talking about what can we do with microbats. Well, lo and behold, we're researching microbats, and we find out owls hunt the bats. So we're trying to figure out how can you balance these two beneficial hunters, if you will, so we can get it right and just keep everything in balance and keep growing great fruit.
It's all about trusting Mother Nature in the end, I would say.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, a totally separate question. What makes Washington wine special?
What makes Washington wine special? Really, I think it's two things. One is we're able to grow so many different varieties well. Not everywhere. Every region is unique, but we can do it really well owing to our climate, owing to our soils, and then actually ingenuity. We're not bound by old protocols from AVAs that were set up 200 years ago. So that's what I think really makes it great. The second thing is we have a great sense of community. I personally, my career has not been in viticulture and enology. I started in financial services, but I feel very good that I can just pick up the phone and call a colleague in the industry and get some answers. And so I think that's really special too.
That's excellent. Very good. Why is wine important?
It's funny. I have grown up around wine, and wine to me is about community. So I have a saying, agriculture connects us with the earth, wine connects us with one another. And I think that's so important. We're in a society now where we're becoming more and more isolated, and having a tool to bring us together is really important. So if we can use wine, if we can use the dinner table to pull together people that we care about and converse and have a sense of community, I think that's really important, and that's what life is about.
Completely agree with you. As we stand here, we've got a sign that our listeners can't quite read because of the way I have this framed, but it says Toast with an exclamation mark. Tell me about tonight's event. What's it all about?
So Toast is a celebration to honor leaders in the Washington wine industry. And I found myself in kind of the interesting position of being nominated for an award this year. So I'm getting the Healthy Lands, Healthy Communities Award. And I think I can't claim credit because we have a huge team that does all the hard work. But I do think, I feel very strongly about using our land, using our product, which is wine, to develop community, and I think that's part of the reason I'm here tonight.
Excellent. Well, it'll be fun to see how the rest of the night goes tonight. Most importantly, for our listeners who would like to learn about you online, what is your website? www.dineenvineyards.com, spelled DineenVineyards.com. And before I forget this part of it, do you have a tasting room, I assume?
We do. So we have a wonderful tasting room that is co-located with our vineyards, so you can enjoy a glass and see the vines where your wine is coming from.
Go ahead.
So, which is really a special experience.
Are you by appointment, or can people just wander on in? How does that work?
Well, we have both. So generally Friday through Sunday we're open, and then we take appointments by advance weekdays. So don't be shy and come visit.
I would love to do that. Marissa, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Wonderful to meet you, Ray.